Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Panthers and the Ravens, and it's coming up next.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Carolina Panthers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time, but admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy night. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
They'll start by running the option to the right. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Jackson running again. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing is Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So now here are the Panthers with excellent field position to start off. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He has a big thank you to say to his defense. He threw the interception, then boom, the defense gets it back.
But the ebb and flow of a game is something else, isn't it? But you made an excellent point. A big thanks is owed to that defense. They went out there on what we call sudden change after a turnover and didn't give up anything. In fact, took the ball away and set them up again. Really nicely done.
So a clean slate and a mulligan. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. For an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Here we go now on 1st and goal. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Throw right side. He's complete to Andrews, his tight end. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no. Letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw here. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have the Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Jackson now.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They're going for it with the option right. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 4th and inches in plus territory. That seemed like a prime spot to go for.
It certainly did, and there's so many things that go into it. Are you too far away for a field goal, but not far away to punt it? Do you just feel like your offense is better? I just think in today's NFL, offense feels like it has to take care of the football, has to keep the ball, because scoring is up. You better maximize every possession. You trust your offense more than you trust your defense in today's league.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Zach Pascal from 10 yards out. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy is steaming ahead, and he has hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get to the time.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
They run with McCaffrey off the option. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 30. 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So not only the cough, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adolfo Owe, his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. He'll drop to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. Panther football to start quarter number 2. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Ravens ready to take over. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse.
It got his man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
4th and 2 in the NFL. Not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball's moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the 1st down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And what would you say? Is it the offensive line that has caused a lot of this pressure to get back there?
That's always the first place that you have to look to see what's going on. But part of it is so difficult to simulate this type of pass rush in practice because the speed, the ferocity, the quickness, some of the change-ups and how they get at the quarterback that you may not have seen on film, all that is different. You can practice it as much as you want to. You can even insert smaller, faster guys at positions that show that the speed's going to be quicker, but until the whistle blows and you play for real, it's just not the same.
And not as easy to implement on game day. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did. But poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
Edwards.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Gus Edwards
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
From the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll look to throw.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Gus Edwards heading back onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
2nd and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10.
The Carolina offense about ready to go.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Terrace Marshall, the one he was looking for.
And that takes us from second to third down. Back to throw.
That's caught. It's Shi Smith. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. They'll drop to throw.
This one incomplete. Almost picked up by the rookie, but he couldn't quite work it in. And now it's fourth down.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll power his way up near the 25. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with smiling.
And happy.
Forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Side on the swing pass. That catch good for only a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And this is caught off the deflection. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His pass caught at the 4.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw again. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina, and they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half, and it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Panthers ready to go.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Back to throw now on first down.
Quick slant here to Smith.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Off the option, it's Jones.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That's it, baby. That's it right there.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
From the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll set up to throw.
He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just trying to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 46 yards away. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Off the option, here's Edwards.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
And they run with Edwards off the option.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. They'll look to throw here. Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It'll be a loss of 5 there as his safety blitz winds up paying off.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Airing it out deep for Smith. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the if you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. He will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And so much of football is about mismatches, and here they're going to run their running back out wide to the right, and I think defensively there's a little indecision. They weren't quite sure how they wanted to defend that, and they weren't able to until he was way downfield.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle. 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Off the option, it's Jones. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. 19. They'll go with the blitz as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Off the option, it's Jones. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun, then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll start with the option.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
He's going to keep this again.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going back to Marshall. He's got him again. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 2nd and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
Good call there on 1st down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
This is Smith with a grab. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7.
Off the option, here's Edwards.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Drops it to Jones in the flat.
And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
Again, he'll drop to throw.
A check down here to Jones.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw again. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And his kick here is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10. And they run with Edwards off the option.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 2nd down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.